Hello everyone, I'm Jesus and welcome to the next episode of the Road to Old School MTG. This video is of match 3 of 4 matches that I played in the most recent Old School tournament, a monthly tournament held at Dave's Time Warp in Cedar Grove, New Jersey. This was the monthly tournament for November 2023, Atlantic Old School Tournament. The two stipulations are, number one, gentlemen's rules, so no Library of Alexandria and no Mind Twist, and number two, proxy friendly. So although my deck did not have any proxies, you may see proxies in other decks. So before we get into match 3, I want to go over my deck pick and also just explain the tournament in general. So for the tournament, it was a 4-round tournament, and I recorded all 4 of my matches for it. So first 2 games, I won 2-0 each. So now this is going into game 3, match 3. So for my deck, I am using a Bantamgeddon. So it's just Erhnamgeddon, but with blue. Blue is in for the blue power and the Serendibs. And you see the usual things here: the Armageddon, the Erhnams, Sarah Angels, Disenchant, Swords, and so on, right? So watch the previous videos where I delve a little bit deeper into my deck choices and sideboard choices. But other than that, we can jump into match 3. All right, so this is match 3 here, shaking hands, cutting decks. So I'm not sure who decided to, okay, yeah, right now we're deciding who goes first. So we're doing odd or even. That's usually what gets done. So I was right about to set my dice for counting life, but I think my opponent, yeah, he's bringing out his phone for life counters. And in terms of the camera, this is more effective. So in the future, I'll be asking for that. All right, so my opponent won the die roll, so he's going first, Forest, and also Deep Shadow. My turn. I draw Tundra, Mox, Pearl. Ancestral myself. I think I did it during his upkeep, because he already untapped, so I'm thinking maybe that's what I did. So I think my opponent already drew. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think, yeah, he already drew. So yeah, I did it during his upkeep. Because if I hadn't, I would have had to discard. All right, so he casts a Pendlehaven. That's tricky. All right, so my life is unfortunately a little bit blurred out, so I'll try to keep track of it on the side here. So attacks for 1, pumps. So I'm at 18, right? It's a little blurry, but I'm at 18. He then casts a Script Sprite. So it seems like he's on Green Weenie. I play a land. I think it's a Tropical Island. Three mana for a dip. All right, that's a good choice because of the Pendlehavens. Now his 1/1s are a bit more resilient. But mono green Weenie tends to have Giant Growls, Berserks, things like that, right? So pump effects. So I'm still not out of the woods yet with this Serendib. He plays another Forest. Paying 3. Taking a damage to cast a Spitting Slug. Okay, I take a damage from upkeep. I'm at 17, I believe. He didn't attack, of course, because I have a blocker, but he's keeping the Pendelhaven open. I tap 1 for a Savannah, I tap 2 for a Pixies. So both of those creatures are weak against the Spitting Slug. So I'm not in a great position. If it wasn't for the dib, I would be in pretty rough shape right now. So no attacks. My opponent cast another land, I believe. Well, played another land. And I am tapped out, so I have no surprises. But I'm sure he has plenty. Yeah, that dip is saving me. But, all right, coming in. Let's see what happens. So I'm expecting a Giant Growth. And of course, the Pendelhaven, I have to consider that as well. So if I can choose to block both. Actually, no, the Scripts Writer is a flyer, so I cannot even block both of those with my creatures. All right, so blocking the Sprite with my dip, so he can only save it with a Giant Growth. And then I'm double blocking the Spitting Slug. So I'm assuming he only has one Giant Growth. So that way he can only save one of them. Okay, so he's saving the okay, so I take 2 from the pumped up elf, so I'm at 15. My 2 creatures trade with the Spitting Slug, and then my dip dies to his Sprite that was Giant Growth, and then he still had 2 mana left over to his own Pixie. So my board is wiped out. He still has 3 creatures and a Pendelhaven. He has 1 card in hand. So I am in rough shape right now. 2 mana, and I'm not playing more lands. All right, that's not good. All right, so you forgot to untap. You already drew. So I'm at 15, not looking good right now. So in this case, I would, yeah, I'm going to trade with the Pixies because he's going to just Pendelhaven his guy anyway. Yep, Pixies trade. I take 2 unless he pumps. Yep, he pumps. So 15, I'm at 12 now, if I'm not mistaken. Pass his turn. Ooh, for another Pixie, that's all I'm doing. That's not good. That cannot block unless I chump block and then it just dies. I'll probably just take the 3 damage here. So my hand seems like it's full. Like I have like at least 4 or 5 cards. But without more land, more mana, I can't cast it. I just need 1 more. If I have an Erhnam. Okay, so I'm blocking to force him to. So I do have an untapped land. So I may be. All right. So he's trading it. He's not pumping it. Okay, so here I'm telling him. Okay, so I took 1. He didn't pump. I'm telling him, is he pumping or not? He's not. So I'm at 11. He's crumbling my mocks. Ooh, I gain no life. I think the opponent gains the life. By the way, it's 0 casting cost. All right, so if I was waiting for 1 more land, okay, oof, he casts an orb, and I believe he's using it. I'm swordsing, so I did have the swords. Okay, so he's using it on a land. Oh yeah, oof, I'm dropping down to 1 land if he gets the flip. Oh, he misses. All right, so this is a crucial play. I would have been at 1 land if he had gotten it. He still has 1 card in hand. So I play another land. Finally, I'm getting more lands. So I would have been at 2 lands, but still. It seems like I want to get up to 4. Or at least 4 mana. So yeah, he has something reactive because he didn't cast anything. Oh, and there it is, 4 mana, so I can finally cast something bigger. Okay, Erhnam. If he had killed my land, destroyed my land, I wouldn't have been able to cast that Erhnam just now. So 3 mana. If I can follow this up with a... Oh, I storm my tropical island. Okay. If I can follow this up with a land in Armageddon, then that's solid. Takes 4. All right, looks like I'm not... Okay, another dib. If he has sit in a bottle, that would hurt. Plays okay, he's giving Forest Walk. I'm giving Forest Walk to his creature, 1/1 creature. I forgot the name. So yeah, my hand is full. I just couldn't get that 4th mana until now. All right, so I took a damage, so I'm at 10, I believe, from the upkeep. Attacking for 7, blocking, so he's taking 3 only, so down to 13. I pass. So I'm still not casting anything, but that was enough. So I'm place a factory, passes, I take a damage, I'm at 9. Yep, attacking. Ooh, he's taking it. He's at 6. Surprised he didn't block. So yeah, we're talking, yep, he should be at 6, yep. So yeah, see, he had a factory, so I must have had something to defend, right? Because I'm getting down pretty low in life here. All right, so now slug. So it's not big enough to deal with my Erhnam, but between that and the factory, that is effective. 1 more upkeep damage. I'm at 8. Swords, oof. So he gains 2. He's at 8, so we're both at 8. And now we're attacking. Okay, so he can block and pump, but then he'll take 7. Ooh, I destroy before blocks. So he takes 4, 7, 9. So that's game. All right, oof, really came back from that one. So let's jump into game 2. I believe we're going to do some sideboards. And going into game 2, let me see right now. All right, so game 2. Shuffling, cutting decks. So opponent is going first. So yeah, my life total is still a little blurry from the side. So I will be commentating on my life total as it changes. All right, so we're both drawing. Seems like I'm keeping. All right, so we're both keeping. Bayou and also Deep Shadow from my opponent. My turn, I draw. I dropped a Force, I believe, and then yep, Force and a Soaring. Opponent plays a Forest. 2, 3, takes a damage, Spitting Slug maybe. Ooh, Ice Storm. Nice. So if he has Erhnams, this seems like a Erhnam on Ice build. Whereas Erhnamgeddon, and then instead of using Armageddons, then they use Ice Storms to cut down on the opponent's mana base, just to disrupt, right? Because he can't eliminate all the lands. But if I'm just low on lands, he could potentially do that. But I don't think I've seen any Erhnams, right? So it could just be a green weenie on ice, right? So Okay, so okay, we're going backwards. Okay, I think he played a factory. Okay. Okay, so he's taking it back, so he's paying those 3, and then he's attacking me. I think I'm at 19 now. I think that was the first attack. We'll see if I notice. Unfortunately, the glare is blocking my... Ooh, I'm doing an Armageddon right now. That is weird. I must be pretty desperate. So take 3. Seems like I'm at 16 or somewhere around there. So I must have another land, right? I mean, I'm just 1 green away from casting a Erhnam, but no, wow, I'm not. So that was I'm taking a big chance here. 3, I'm at 13, I believe. So it's only 3, that's the only good thing. So I can't wait it out. Time Walker, take a burn, 12. But it's worth it to get another land draw. Oop, and there we go. All right, that's definitely good. So stops the bleeding a bit. I'm at 12 currently, if I'm not mistaken. So instead of taking 3 a turn, I'll just be taking 1 a turn. So 11. But my Armageddon was very effective. Like he hasn't, it's been I think 3 turns now. And he still hasn't played a land. So my gamble paid off. So take a damage, 10. Or my single digits now in my life total. It's either 10 or 9. Play a strip mine, so that's good in case my opponent plays a land, I can destroy it. But I may want to keep it so I can cast my own stuff, maybe. It's colorless, so okay, take a damage. Seems like I'm at 9 now. Ooh, I play a Savannah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I attack, so I know I'm gonna cast something. 2, 3, 4, Erhnam. Or Juggernaut. Yep, Erhnam, there we go. Oof. So I must have had these cards in my hand already, and I was just praying that I would get that mana afterwards, right? Because I knew I wasn't getting it. The only way I could have blocked, the only reason I was able to cast Armageddon was because I had the Soul Ring and the Mox. So I knew more lands were coming soon. But it was still a big gamble. So I took a damage. I'm at 8, and I gave Forest Walk to his Elf, I believe. Or maybe the Spinning Slug. I don't know. Okay, so I'm attacking here. So now I'm way ahead. My opponent hasn't drawn any land for like good 4 or 5 turns. That was just sheer luck. So that's 7 damage right there. And I got a strip mine. If he drops 1 land, I can destroy it immediately. So he can't block and Giant Growth, let's say. Okay, so I'm casting Pixies. Seems like a pass. If I gave Force Walk to something, I guess he should, if he's not attacking anyway. I mean, well, I don't know. I do have the Pixies now. Okay, so he does have a land. Okay, he's gonna cast something. Ooh, 2. He's taking damage. Nice terror. Okay, that 1 damage was definitely worth it. He could have maybe waited to block and then do it, but I guess he was just afraid I was gonna strip mine it anyway. I mean, I would have anyway. So it was gonna be the same result anyway. Alright, so there, strip mine his land, swords his slug end of turn. He's up to 10. I take a damage. I'm at 7, if I'm not mistaken. I attack for 5. So 5. I got mana, 3, 4. I got a Juggernaut. Pass. I took the game. Oof, but out. Okay, I had a healing salve and another Armageddon in hand, but yeah, that was a very tight game, and I definitely gambled. I had to gamble. I was just so far behind. I figured I had to do a Hail Mary play to give myself some kind of a possibility, and it just turned out that it came in my favor. Thank you for watching.